Project Hail Mary is a children's story for adults. Really, it felt like a comic book, a long fairy tale which adults will understand, and paradoxically, the children won't. The trouble for me was that Project Hail Mary is the depiction of a sensitive story which is meant to evoke your feelings in a world of science fiction and a world where you're trying to save the earth and the humanity. You're so lost in the world of tender feelings for so long that you almost tend to forget the real gravity of the situation on the earth, which is why the mission called Project Hail Mary was set in motion in the first place. We're all used to movies like Deep Impact, Armageddon, or The Core, and therefore by default, we expect Project Hail Mary to follow the same pattern which gives us a kicks. And the pattern which we're used to and what we enjoy is this. There's a catastrophical problem which the earth faces at the pain of complete destruction and extinction of humanity. We're shown the initial patterns of the doomsday effects. Then a team is formed which goes on a mission. Finally, at the climax, the team fixes the problem just in the nick of time, with some or all of them sacrificing their lives. So when you walk into the movie Project Hail Mary, that is your default expectation, to be able to get those kicks yet again. And it is those seeded expectations with which you walk into the theater that leads you to the disappointment and the yawning. You keep waiting for those kicks, but they never happen, and you tend to say to yourself secretly that this is not what you signed up for. The truth is, you signed up for nothing. The movie is just different. So while it is true that the premise of Project Hail Mary is as serious as that of the other movies of the genre, and in our case, it is that the sun is dimming because of the presence of an organism called the astrophage, or the black spots. In around 30 years, the sun would be dimmed so much that the earth would freeze and the humanity will be destroyed. And here comes the first jolt. There is no effect shown on the humanity for change that has already begun in the sun. There are no climate changes shown, there are no floods happening anywhere, nobody freezing, etc. You're simply told the problem. You say never mind, the problem is big enough, and the mission team is arranged by the smart lady chief Eva Stratt, played by Sandra Hüller. And naturally, the events so turn out that our protagonist, Dr. Ryland Grace, played by Ryan Gosling, who is a simple high school teacher and a former molecular biologist, ends up on the spaceship which is being sent to the only star in the neighborhood not getting affected by the astrophages. The star is Tau Ceti, and it is a mere 11 light years away from the Earth. The job of Dr. Grace is to find out what prevents the Tau Ceti from getting dimmed by the astrophages, bring back the same solution to the Earth, and thus secure our own sun. So while you forgive the movie not showing the initial effects of the problem on Earth, you buckle up your seat belts for exciting things that will happen on this mission. And that is where the movie completely changes the gears and gives a jolt to your expectations. First of all, there's no mission team. It is just the lone Dr. Grace. On the way to Tau Ceti, he meets an alien whom he calls Rocky, who is also going to Tau Ceti for the same problem for his own planet and star. A large part of the movie is dedicated to the relationship building and the cute communication development between Dr. Grace and the alien Rocky. The mission itself seems to be accomplished in a rather straightforward fashion, and Dr. Grace secures the solution from the Tau Ceti by developing a sort of an anti-vaccine called Taumiba, which can destroy the astrophages. So once again, as a viewer, you are sort of disappointed that no major fireworks happen in securing the solution. So where is the sacrifice, you ask? The movie throws that in a gentle fashion where Dr. Grace must decide if he should return to the Earth with a solution or sacrifice his life to help out Rocky, who is now in trouble for a reason which I won't tell you because that's a suspense. There's a moral dilemma because Rocky had saved Dr. Grace's life earlier and provided him with the fuel to return to Earth. All that is again less of action but more of an emotional drama in the movie. So really, the questions are, if Dr. Grace is able to get the solution to the Earth, is he himself able to get back to the Earth? What happens to Rocky and his own planet? And that sort of dilemmas, which once again are more sensitive depictions in a fairy tale style for adults rather than actions and fireworks with the Earth waiting with a bated breath for the solutions and all the excitement. There's no application of the solution shown either. It is just taken for granted that it would work. Hence, the movie becomes really long and sedate at 2 hours 36 minutes with all this emotional alien relationship building drama going on and very less of raw action. The movie simply does not give you the adrenaline rush which you expect from it. Ryan Gosling has done a good job both on the Earth as a high school teacher, pushed into the mission team, as well as the astronaut in the space, contributing to both the humor and the gravity in the various scenes. You do settle in nicely in his relationship building with the alien Rocky, partially because you realize that nothing else is happening in the movie, so that is the best way to enjoy it. To be fair, Ryan Gosling has got a plenty of screen time due to the nature of the story. There's no one else in the space apart from him really, but nothing to take away from him. He's the star of the movie for those who would love it. On the Earth, the mission lead Eva Stratt, played by Sandra Hüller, has a regal presence with her acting. Her body language and dialogue delivery is perfect. It would be nice to watch her other movies too. I mean, the movie is so different than your regular Earth and Danger sci-fi movies that a serious character played by Sandra Hüller is actually shown karaokeing, and that too adds to her character quite a lot. But then there you are. That again is sensitivity instead of adrenaline pumping action. Overall, I must say that the movie, which is based on the 2021 novel by Andy Weir, is tolerably good if you go with a calm and peaceful disposition with a love for art. But that is hardly the case in our present times, so it is likely that you would find the movie a little bit of a drag in the theatres. And therefore I say that you can catch the movie Project Hail Mary at your own pace and leisure later on the OTT.